Good morning. Good morning. I just got back from the gym, like I think for 6 months. Hello. Yeah, sorry. I'm still like setting up shit, but like I haven't yeah, this is now your glimpse into my life a little bit, because this is what I do, but like usually when I'm on my normal schedule. But today I know that I'm back to normal, quote unquote. I already went to the gym, so you know, I went at 6 already. Good gym, yeah, it was okay. I don't know. I wasn't pushing my best today for sure. I could have done more. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. I hit what is it? Easy 225. 5 for 5. It was okay. Kind of wish that I had I wanted to do 245 today, but I was like, there's no way. Also, Amma and Isaiah, thank you guys for the 6 months. Appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of wish I could have hit better weights today, but it is what it is. Free, thank you for the 5 months. Good morning. Good morning. I think it's funny how everyone's like good morning, but then I'm pretty sure it's like evening for like half of you motherfuckers. So yeah. I don't know. It is it's Tuesday though. Unfortunately, I do need to say this right now. I'm probably not gonna be able to join in on Zomboid later, unfortunately. Because I have some other commitments that require me to do some recording stuff. So won't be available for that. But I will be still streaming Apex later tonight. So yeah, 12 for me. Damn, is it 12 already? Yeah, time zones, 11 p.m. See, this is what I mean. You guys are freaking with it. I don't know what I want to do today. We'll see what I'm feeling. Time zones are a thing. Yeah, I know it's a thing. That's why I'm like, damn, you guys are just saying good morning. Well, this is better than your Memby time. I mean, Memby time is like perfect for me. Like that is like literally like lunchtime for me. So I mean, you know. Gonna be VOD game for the stream. Good night. Good night to those of you who are going to bed, and if it's evening for you. 5 p.m. here, cooking dinner while watching. Damn. Yeah. Lunchtime? Damn. Not me watching in class. Hey, pay attention in class. I'm not gonna. Hey. Go pay attention in class. I'm not gonna do this whole thing where it's like you miss something or you fuck up in class because of me. I'm not responsible for that, please. Maybe time for me is like 3 or 4 a.m. VOD moment, to be honest. There's a sub. Hold up. What's my polling at? Is it 4K? It's 2K. Okay. So glad you're streaming. Glad I made food. Damn. Everyone's on their phones. Yeah, everyone's on their goddamn phones these days is all I'm saying. Kids these days don't know how to live in the moment. Everyone on the god dang phone all the damn time. Yeah, I only do like a couple, or like at least like an hour of just sitting on Kovaaks for like a little bit, but really depends. As long as I'm feeling it. Or if I'm like pushing a score or something like that. But even then, I'm probably not going to do benchmarks today because I'm not feeling it. Maybe. I can like try to push my voltaic today. But my static is like still like jade level and I'm kind of sad about it. My goal right now is to like at least push for masters on my voltaic benchmarks, and then I'll probably stop for a while. Or at least like not try to grind out too hard. I actually haven't finished like any of the Revosect ones, but exam season right now, but I don't get any today, so I'm free to watch. Hey. If it's exam season, you better be like this better only be like a 1 hour thing, and then you're gonna go back to studying, okay? Like I'm not gonna be responsible to I will not be responsible if you fuck up during like on this exam, all right? I need you guys to be Hey, be reasonable, all right? It's good that you have a break. It's good that you can do this, but you need to be responsible, okay? Time to go to bed, but I'm happy to see you today. Thank you, but go to bed. I will be streaming later tonight anyway. The exams cooked me, man. Dude, I don't know. Less time watching streams, more time studying, please. You can watch VODs in the background while you study, but more studying, please. Oh yeah, for those of you wondering, like I don't play Kovaaks with sound at all. Like there are hit sounds, but I prefer to play with like no sound, because I usually just play music and then chill out while I do this type of stuff. But yeah, you're not hearing anything. I don't hear anything. That's just the way that I usually do it. 160. I'm not pushing the fucking score, man. Bro, I was making lunch and I got your live notification. Yeah, my bad, bro. Work hard while you get the chance or you regret it. That's true. Like I do think it's definitely like, if you are in the position to work hard and like you are obviously, this is your opportunity to do well, then take it. You know what I mean? Don't ever say like, oh, you know, like I don't have to care, blah blah blah. Like trust me when I say you're gonna regret not putting in the effort now. So just do that. So the difference between Kovaaks and Aimlabs, it's preference at the end of the day. It is like heavy preference. I just like the customization, to be honest, like being able to import like themes and stuff like that, and a whole bunch of like crosshair stuff. You know what I mean? And also having access to like a bunch of like FOV. On top of that, like also sensitivity being like really specific. I personally always do things with centimeter by 360. So that's my personal preference, but that's why like I like Kovaaks a lot more personally. I still use Aimlabs every once in a while just because I like pushing scores on Kovaaks or on Aimlabs every once in a while just because their scenarios are fun too. But you know, Kovaaks I think is just a lot more comfortable for me at least. Whatever. A big Claude Clawmark, how's it going? I'm chilling. It's just morning routine shit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna play some like Valorant. I just gotta get my reps in for the day and then we'll see. Usually I wouldn't play unrated after doing my death matches, but I think if I'm gonna stream it, I might as well. And then I don't know, maybe we'll see. I think tomorrow my plan is I want to try X Defiant on stream because I talked to my brother and I also saw Koyoro senpai play it, so I was like, ooh. So I kind of want to try X Defiant. It looks interesting. God, my 3 target is so slow. Yeah, I'm slow as hell. Battling some spreadsheet right now. Have you played the finals? Yeah, I played the finals like a while back. What software is this? This is Kovaaks. Do you go to the gym already? Yes, I did. I personally use the Rolex Phantom Forces to train. What? What? Yeah, I don't know. For me, this is like relax time, unwind. Do you want to try Raise if you want to learn Duelist? Not really, to be honest. Like, I think right now I'm pretty comfortable on like ISO Yoru or ISO Yoru Jet. But even then, like, I just don't see myself really playing Raise. Well, it also depends on how the rebalance goes too. Like if it significantly changes the way that they like all of them play, then maybe, but we'll see. I don't know. I just don't see myself playing duelist in general though. Or like a main rolling duelist, because I just don't have that gunplay mechanic. Or at least like I don't have the mechanics or like a strong baseline of mechanics to be able to play duelist on a very high level. I can play Sentinel because like I know all my setups. I know how to play around like my setup. Oh, so I mean, I think of the Akusupa. What the fuck? So you know, it's a personal preference thing. If I were more aggressive and if I was on like Astra's level in terms of like aggression and wanting to play like that, then maybe. But even then, I don't know. Maybe if anything, like I would. Despite Astra playing Neon, like I think putting him on Raze would probably be a better idea. We just got to get him used to changing up the way he plays, and then he should be fine. Angel Payne, there been 2 months. Namo, you need to have a large ego to play duelist / have immense faith in your aim. I mean, well, it's not immense faith. Like, I think faith is a very different situation, right? Like, the way that I view it is it's less about faith, but it's more so your aim needs to be very second nature. Think about it this way, right? A lot of the time when you start going up in ranks, it is this idea that you having to actively think about your mechanics becomes second nature. It should be at a point where you don't need to think about, hey, where do I need to place this? Am I going to hit this shot? How do I need to move my mouse to hit this shot? It should literally just be like, okay, I need to watch this angle, hit the shot. That's it. There's no other thoughts that go into it, and you need to be able to just do that consistently. And I think that is like one of the larger differences. For me personally, like I'm still in that position of having to actively think about my mechanics in a way that, okay, I need to guarantee like this or, you know, this or that. And it's something that I still need a lot of practice on, and why I think like I also equally as much struggle to rank up, because I'm held back mostly by my mechanics, because I am not at that level. You know what I mean? Random question: if you like ramen, what flavor is your fave? I like shoyu ramen. I'm not like the biggest fan of like tonkotsu or shio, but I like shoyu a lot. Like I will actively seek out shoyu as opposed to like the other flavors. So it's like going out of your comfort zone? Not necessarily. It's what is it? It's like playing or aiming in general like your comfort zone to begin with. Like being in very like tense, fast situations, like that needs to be second nature, where you're actively not having to feed into the pressure of it and succeeding in that situation consistently. Which I think is why like a lot of people struggle to like clutch up. I mean, that's why I'm like really bad at being a closer, you know what I mean? Like that's why I can get a 4K, but I can never get an ace, right? Or I can get 3K, but I can never like close out that last one to get the round. And that's why like for me personally, like I want to consistently be in those positions where I can maybe have the potential or have the possibility of closing out a round like that. Because ultimately that is practice for me to keep going and keep trying again each time it happens. Right? That's just the way that I view it, at least. I don't know. Everything's like a learning experience for sure. And I think it's active repetition that allows me to drive consistency. Shoyu's nice since it's less heavy. I usually get like less oil too. Like I don't like super heavy ramen in particular. I think super heavy ramen kind of get me like, you know? It just really depends. Like, I think it also, like, place is also very, it gets thrown into the question, right? Because it's, what is it? Some places tend to, like, do, like, really heavier broths. So, I mean, some tonkotsus in particular can be much lighter, and I can take that. Whereas some of them are, like, super heavy, and I'm like, okay. And then I pass out after having one bowl. I don't know. Dude, I just cannot do this one right now. Holy fuck. you tried skimming? I've had skimming. I don't know. I don't know. Some people, I sometimes I like, it's like this idea, or well, I don't know. God, I'm a reset warrior right now. I remember the ice cream ramen you used to talk about. I haven't tried it yet, to be honest, but I still want to. So I want to go back to Japan and see if it's a thing. Though, if I'm being honest, though, I kind of wish. I mean, I would do like if mouse hand cam wasn't an issue, I would probably be doing it, to be honest. Though, I mean, at some point in time, I want to do what Kanato Senpai did, where when he has 3D. There's one Valorant stream he did where he has like his like the 3D, and he has like a mouse pad cam with it. And I think it's really funny. I low key want to do that at some point in time. Sounds interesting. What do you think of ice cream and ketchup? I think it's pretty popular. Like, do you mean like ice cream and ketchup together, or like? What's your favorite snacks? I don't like snacks. Which duelist do you prefer in general? I want to get better at Jet, to be honest. Like, I'm not good with knives though, but I think ISO's fun. Yora I'm not great at because I don't know. I'm not great at flashes, so. Imagine a Japan stream where you try all the ramens, give us your verdict. I think that'd be really hard to somehow magically, what is it? I don't know. That would be like kind of a pain to organize, in my opinion. But I mean, I could maybe try, to be honest. The way I turn quiet. I mean, I'm literally. This is how I play my morning routine, dude. 守護対 恐怖症にも優しいゲームだよかった Ramen mukbang? We'll see. Instant ramen tier list where you just... No, I don't think I could do that either. That's way too hard. Also, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is literally like a stream where I don't usually talk, like, because this is just how I do my mornings. Yeah, cozy aim warm up. Like, aim warm up, we're not gonna... Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. Try beatboxing while playing it. I don't know, fucking know, man. I can't do that. I don't know. For me, like when I do this, it's like I think it's important to like lock in for like a little bit, because it's like I want to make the most of my time when I do this type of stuff. So if I'm gonna actively do like a scenario, then I'd want to be able to try to push a score while focusing in on the task at hand. And sometimes, obviously, like reading chat and like talking, it can get like a little distracting. It kind of takes you out of like flow state type beat, and I think that is what I wanted. I don't know, like I think good practice is important, or not, or you know, the saying goes is like perfect practice is a lot more conducive compared to practice you just don't care about. Because I think it's like, obviously, like if I'm gonna be putting in like an hour of like doing fuck all and not actually like focusing in on what I'm trying to improve at, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of it. It feels like a wasted hour if I'm not trying to do that or like focus in. Kai, happy streaming. I'm going to bed. Good night. Ambrosia, thank you for the 5 months. EP, 5 months. Thank you for always being honest and chill with us. I've been busy lately with work, but it's always great to watch your stream. Hey, no problem. And I'm glad you can take the time to do so. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah, I'm getting marching band flashbacks. That's a thing. It is a thing. You know that one guy who sings while playing Val and gets the craziest clips? I mean, that's not a very specific one. You're gonna have to like, I genuinely don't know who you're talking about. For target wide, I think I want to do some stability stuff. Shit, where? Yeah, these are. What am I feeling? I want to do some target switch stuff real quick. We rock. What can I buy with 5 cents on Steam? I don't know, man. Sell more of your playing cards and then just use that to get a game or something. Yeah, my stability is not great. I think I can't tell if it's just because like I don't have the mouse control or if it's the sense that I'm playing on. クラウドのラーメンの目のすするのなんかのかなはい。The clutching guy? Again, I don't really know exactly what we're talking about. I don't like, I think something that I've kind of driven away from, unfortunately, is like consuming content in general or like media anymore as much as I used to. Like, obviously, like I just don't use TikTok and I don't use YouTube Shorts either. Like the only people that send me YouTube Shorts at this point is Fiona. Cause she's just like, this reminded me of like this person, this reminded me of you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, it's goofy. But then I also just, I don't know, I don't watch it on my own time. Like only on occasion do I watch like a random YouTube short because like it shows up in like the recommended of like a YouTube video that I'm watching. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. But most of them, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of the YouTube shorts that I get are like about computers. And like for some reason, it's been like airsoft guns. Don't know why, but I've never done airsoft before. Don't know shit about it. But that's just been like my recommended for some reason. Now it's your wild Claude Clawmark. Usually it is a yep. What the fuck? Jesus, morning dialogues. Super Jesus. I don't know. The only one that I know, I don't know. There's some people I don't tend to watch a lot. I mean, granted, like, what at this point the only couple, only couple like Valorant YouTubers I actively watch now is like Dingy and Spawns. Like those are the only two that I've really been keeping up with. Grim maybe on occasion. Like I watch his streams like rarely. Yeah. No full auto indoors. 海外では接することがダメだ。すごい。I don't know. I think it depends. Morning, Claude. Morning. Which was this one? Oh, stability. Okay. I'm having to like figure out like where to put my mic as I do this without it like obstructing my view, but like still like close enough to be able to like actually talk. I don't know. My posture is like a little off right now, which I think is kind of bothering me. Come on. Dude, what? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think recently, I really want, I think coming this next couple months, I'm going to probably put in more time to grinding out to hopefully Ascendant on this account. And then maybe next episode, I'm probably going to try to do at least a one push to Immortal 1. I don't see myself really hitting it, to be honest, like solo queue at least. So I think at some point in time, I might do it with someone who is also like on the grind, but I don't know who it would be. I know Aster really wants to hit Ascendant, so probably going to do that with him for a while. But finding a person to do for Ascendant to Immortal is going to be tough. I don't know. I was watching, dude, I was watching Leo-san from Newport. Dude, him, oh my god. He was duoing for fucking like 12 plus hours, and I was like, holy shit. That shit was terrifying. I don't know how he does that. Like, I cannot play rank for more than like maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, Shino, oh my god. Shino's like crazy, dude. I don't know, man. Any Radiant players I think are just insane. I need to get a new drink. I already finished my coffee, and I'm like, need some water. Need some water and a soda. I drink a lot of fluid in the morning, and that gets me through the day. I don't know. I got dinner with a friend last night, and then like that's why I'm pretty sure that's why I like knocked the fuck out. I don't know. That was a heavy dinner last night. I don't know why I've been so exhausted recently though. How much time do you usually spend warming up, Claude? Depends what I'm feeling. Like, I think if it's like, if I'm feeling fresh, then I'll go in. But typically I spend at least like 1 hour. It's mostly just because it's like, I think after about like an hour is when you're kind of ready to, you're already warmed up and you're ready to push some scores probably. That's just how I feel, at least. I think for some people it can be like half an hour. Some people it can be like after finishing like one playlist. But it really depends. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. It good as fuck. It wasn't even like good as fuck. Like it was just fast food, but it was like a lot. So I was like, damn. But yeah, it's been a bit since I've got dinner with that friend. So, you know, had to see him, and then we just chilled out for a little bit. I got home and then I was like, oh, I got to stream. And then I laid down, I took a nap, and it was not a nap anymore. I just knocked out. I don't know. Like yesterday I was just super exhausted. Like I think mentally there was just a lot of heavy topics that we were talking about, and like it got pretty exhausting. And I think we all just needed a break pretty much. So unfortunately, like I wasn't able to stream yesterday, or at least like in the evening, like I wanted to, because I was originally going to play Valorant or something, or even some Overwatch, but you know, just wasn't able to. Which kind of sucked. Kind of sucked because it threw my whole like it kind of threw my schedule out of whack. But now I'm back to waking up at like 5, which I mean isn't bad. Watch out when eating dinner. You might. What the fuck? We're not doing this again. What is that? The body just needed time to readjust? I wouldn't say that necessarily. I had a feeling, yeah. It is what it is. On a better day is true. I mean, granted, like this is ideal for me technically. Like I like waking up at 5 a.m. at least though, so I'm pretty okay with it for the most part. You know. Huh, not bad. Wait, so if you go to the gym as soon as you wake up, does that mean you don't eat anything before working out? No, I usually don't eat. Typically for me, like I don't like eating before I work out. I feel super bloated, so that's why I usually don't. The only thing I'll have before I go to work out is like a protein shake, and that's it. But I usually just don't eat. Schnork me, good night. I don't know. I mean, granted, like I don't mind doing fasted workouts. I think it's a better way for me. Well, if I'm taking like, what is it? For example, like if I'm gonna push really hard for like a certain like weight, or if I'm gonna push like a PR, then I'll try to get something like a little bit before. So I'll try to get like at least like a little snack, or if I do take pre, then I'll take pre. But typically it's mostly just because like what is it? I'd rather see, like for me personally, I do fasted workouts as a way to benchmark like if this is how I'm feeling, or this is what I can push without the extra boost, then good. If my baseline is that strong, good. That's just the way that I view it though. Like it's not ideal for anyone though. But then if I'm like in this I don't know, my coach was like very like there will be some days where I need to double up and I will need to eat before, and that's why like I'll eat before I go, and like if I go to the gym in like the evenings. But that's if I'm doing like a double up day where I go 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, or the late night. Because typically there will be some days where I'll go in the like very early morning on opening, and then like super late night before closing. So maybe like 10, 11 p.m. It's an individual thing, yeah. All right, let's try some Val. Food after gym is like a reward. I don't even get what is it? I don't even get food after gym usually. Only sometimes. What kind of protein shake do you like? I like Fairlife. That's what I usually do. Yeah, Fairlife is usually where I get most of mine. Oh shit. Okay, unrelated. Also, Bonbon, thank you so much for the Akasupa. What the fuck? Don't mind me, I'm just feeling very happy, so I have to. Damn. I was just gonna say my brother just sent me a photo of the new. Apparently, there is now an OP1 wireless 4K. So I already have, like, I'm using the OP1 8K. It's wired right now, but low key, I don't know. I really like the OP1 shape. So I mean, I don't need it, but like, man, I want to buy another mouse, but we'll see. We'll see. I might try it out. It does look pretty nice. I mean, granted, like I'm barely using the 8K. Like I think I cap it out usually at 4K because I just don't really push it, or like my system doesn't really feel it. Treat yourself, king. No, it has to be like a necessary purchase for me at least. Like I don't justify it. Dude, you just got this one? Yeah, no, that's why. Like I don't want to buy it if I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Match found.
It's like more of like a nice thing to have rather than like a need. So I'm probably not gonna, you know. But if my brother gets it and then he lets me try it out, then maybe we'll see. Oh shit, I keep forgetting to queue on the text servers. Have you seen the new map teaser? Not yet. I actually haven't taken a look at it. All I know is that it got announced or some shit.
Warm up.
I've been listening to you talk about mouse on membership, and it made me realize I've been using the G502 since they first released back in 2013.
What do we learn?
Are you saying for any other big purchases in the future? Not really. I think right now I'm only going to be really saving up to get new acoustic panels. But other than that, like I'm probably not going to be buying like any major PC upgrades or anything like that. Wireless is more nice, not gonna lie. It's true. Like, I think, well, I don't know. Like, personally, I don't feel the 8K wire like at all. So it's like a non-issue for me. Like, I don't need it to be wireless, but it's like a nice thing to have if it is wireless. New desk. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. Like, if I move out soon, then it's kind of hard to justify getting a new desk right now. Well, this stuff is a bitch to charge. Not really. I don't know.
Target down.
It's a very big if, I think.
You're finished.
I'm excited for your Apex Hole with Ramen Master. Yeah, it sounds fun. It's gonna be fun, I think. Like, it's been a while since I've had time to like stack with people just for Apex, and also like at like people who are like, you know, at the closer like at Masters essentially. So it's gonna be nice to play. Gonna eat. Good night. Yeah, good luck with exams, everyone. Whoever has exams. Looking forward to your Valor collab too. Yeah, I'm playing Valor with like a lot of people, which I think is fun. It's nice because I've been like, I love playing in 5 stacks for sure. So I don't know. Seen stream me play Climbing the Immortal using tablet. Yeah, no kidding you. I don't know. At some point in time, like I'm like, yeah. No, good luck with exams. Take your time. Focus up. Study hard. Put in the time now. Don't procrastinate. Don't try and cram last second either. It was fun watching the VR stack too. Yeah, the VR stack was fun. I don't know. Playing with JP lag was like a different experience for sure though. That I just kind of didn't expect to. I don't know. Finals week, then commencement, and I'm free. I don't know. I didn't even go to my commencement. That's another thing. Like, I straight up just didn't go because I was like, damn, I did this in high school. I don't want to do it again. You have a study method? Quality time. Damn. Quality study time. And like no distractions, and like whenever it is for like, if you're going to focus on that thing, it's the same way like I apply it to like general, like, you know, how I do normal everyday things basically. What is it? Like, every time I do something, I commit time to it because I do it with intent, and I'm going to make the most out of that time that I allocate specifically to doing that thing, right? So for example, like if I'm saying I'm going to be doing this for like an hour, I need to make sure that that hour is like the best study time that I will ever do, essentially. Otherwise, it's like a waste of time, you know? So make it valuable. Make it good. Think about it as an hour you're never going to get back.
Got 3.
I have statistics tomorrow. Could you lend me your math skills? I wasn't good at stats. I'm gonna be completely honest. I got a 2 on the AP stats test actually. Stats was like the one AP test that I failed actually. Unironically.
Got 1.
Yeah. He's a gamer, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I still use, like, ironically, like I use stats for my everyday now. Which it's funny. Like I was never good at stats, but then ultimately, like now it is my lifeline. You know what I mean? I wonder if it feels weird.
10 kills remaining.
Annoying. Aren't you secretly cracked at math though? I'm good at calculus. I'm not good at other things though. Two very different things. Application and the theorem is very different. Dude. That was more fun for me. I kind of hated stats for a while, but I don't know. Also a very like, oh, I'm not great at it, so I'm not gonna learn it. And then I think that's something that I kind of regret though. I mean, that's why like I say now, like don't dismiss things before you really commit time to it, because ultimately that's just a missed opportunity. And that's how I felt about a lot of things as a result of it, you know? So I think now more than ever, like that's why I try to push people to like not do that shit, or like not give up too early, because you never know.
Neutralized.
I'd rather do differential equations than stats. Damn, really? I mean, that was the same for me, but like I think now like I find stats to be much more valuable in comparison. But that's mostly just because I don't use calculus nearly as much in my daily than I used to.
Back to training.
I'm a chemical engineer. I use calculus way more than stats. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very like varied between people to people. You know what I mean? Like for me, when I have to do like data analysis, obviously stats is much more important comparatively. I don't know. I think at the same time, like I don't think Were you STEM major? I mean, I just know happen to do a lot of math stuff. That's pretty much it. Anywho just popped in. Good luck in exams. I gotta go study. Yeah, go study. I'm not gonna. Don't use me as a scapegoat to not study, please. You kind of prioritize different stuff at different points in your life. Yeah, exactly. Like I think because ultimately there's a lot of different pieces of your skill set that you kind of use at different points in time. You know, it varies from person to person. Did you get yourself a glizzy recently? No, I can't go out and get food for a while. Yesterday was an exception because I hadn't seen a friend for a while. Oh, no wonder my shit was so dark. Wrong monitor setting. It's mostly because like I've already meal prepped for this week, so I gotta commit to that. You wanna diet? Yeah. Not even a $1.50? I mean, if I get gas, then I'll go get it, right? But I mean, granted, like that is until I have to get gas.
See ya. I'll take Scoot, cuate.
My mouse got caught. Jesus.
Not today, Fade. Dominating.
Man. Glizzy album is still growing slowly. I mean, yeah, it's just my thing. I don't know, man. I still think a lot of people like to do this thing where they conflate. I guess the hard part is like something that always bothers me is whenever we like dumb down like a specific person to like just the one thing that they do, or like it's like that's their thing, but then ultimately, I don't know. Sometimes it just bothers me when people like to basically dumb down a person to like, oh, only like this is all their whole thing is. You know what I mean? On one hand, I don't mind the whole glizzy thing, but at the same time, I guess that's the problem. Like, I think something that really has been grinding my gears recently is the whole like impressions thing that I try like to avoid now. You know what I mean? Because I think at some point in time, it gets tired. You know? Because it's like I feel like I'm more than just like, oh, what burger? You know what I mean? Like it feels like I don't know how to explain it, right? It feels dismissive to a certain extent, and I think that's been bothering me like a little bit. Overused jokes? Yeah, when it gets overused a little too much, it bothers me. Fair but unavoidable. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think about it too much. Sometimes things irk me, but then I also just don't like. I look past it for the most part. I try not to let it get out of hand, or like try to like not let it become like a big issue for me. But obviously, like it doesn't change the fact like sometimes it bothers me. Is it really my place to police anyone for it? Not really. Unless it's like a bigger problem than it is made out to be. But I mean, at the same time, like it's a discussion to have with other people, or just in general to like acknowledge.
Not today, Fade.
That isn't to say, or rather, like, okay, don't feel bad for bringing it up in general, though. I think that's something to think about, or like, don't feel bad about it. I'm like, it is just something that's been on my mind, and like, obviously, I'm gonna talk about it when the topic comes up, right? So don't beat yourself up about it. I think large friend groups or even audiences make over reputation practically unavoidable for a time. Yeah, I mean, granted, like that is unfortunately the truth of it, because there are point. I think it's also like, you know, some people just don't watch me or like know me. You know what I mean? And obviously, like that is their only impression of me. So obviously, they're gonna be like, oh, it's that guy who does the thing, right? It's natural. Man, I feel like you verbalizing it makes some people careful for their own actions. I mean, but that should be the thing in general. Like, I think people should be actively careful about what they say or do. You know what I mean? Like, that is like the one of the few things that I feel like people need to be a little more like perceptive of into certain. I can't think of it, like, yeah, use your brain before you type sometimes. I think that's like what I personally like to think about, because it's like I don't ever want to have a situation where someone makes like a bad joke that ends up horrible. You know what I mean? Of course, like that is to say, like I'm no different from that, right? Like I'm not innocent. Yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, like being mindful of that is equally as important. I think everyone should, you know, take it into account when they do happen to want to say something too. It helps a lot to have your own filter. Not necessarily like a filter, but just like think before you speak. I don't know. It's something that I need to practice too recently.
1 kill remaining.
There's one more? Oh. What?
Not today, Fade. I'm good for 30.
Ah, man. I would have had that. I haven't catch myself saying stupid shit here. I mean, but that's not an issue though. I think saying stupid shit is fine from time to time. But I think I don't know. In the moment, it's fun. In the moment, it's fun. Just hindsight's 2020. All right, we go next. People make mistakes, but it's important to learn from those mistakes so it doesn't happen again. Depends. Depends. Oh god, it's gonna be tough. There's 2 Shiros now, so like, how the fuck do I? All right, how do I differentiate you two? Oh, I was gonna. Hey, listen, you guys might think I'm crazy. You guys might think I'm crazy for this, but I do remember. I always remember.
Match.
Sometimes,
found.
again, whenever you guys tell me like about what the fuck is going on with your guy, like the shit that goes on in your lives, I'm like, oh, I remember this person said this. You know what I mean? I know when half of you motherfuckers are taking exams.
Death match. Warm up.
It's kind of terrifying. Not really. I don't know, man. He's a knower. I'm a knower. Been a knower. Who's watching who? I don't know. You tell me. How that wasn't a headshot? I don't know. It's funny that you know bits and pieces of us. I think it's fun because ultimately it paints a better picture of like who watches me and who doesn't. You know what I mean?
Fight.
I think it's nice because it does genuinely give me like, I don't know, not necessarily like a face to the name, or like it gives me like an idea of who people are like as people, and I think that's cool. Because then ultimately it like, I just don't like the idea of like treating people or like treating like people or like you guys as like, I don't know. Everyone here is a person, and I think equally as much everyone, I think it helps humanize a lot more.
Shut up. Three. 4.
Oh man. Dude, what?
You're done. Back off. Dead.
What's your sense? I think right now I'm playing 1.4. 0.14, 1600 DPI. And then I think right now I have it set to like 4K pulling. I might drop it back down to 2 though. Oh man. Dap us up. Got you.
Headshot.
Dude, what the fuck? Why am I seeing everyone's like leaving?
Three.
What's a dap? It's like a handshake. It's like a greeting. You know? I love how the way you talk, we're all besties. I mean, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, the vibe I always like to give is like, oh yeah, you know, we're just chill like that. It's always gonna be chill. I think that's fine. I think you come here to just vibe out. You don't come here to like...
Lights.
I feel like you come here to just chill. You watch streams because you want to relax. And I think that's the vibe I've always wanted to have. So I do my best to do so, you know? I got a chance to watch the new Haikyuu movie. Not yet, actually. I've had friends who went already, but I was planning on going it sometime soon. I just don't know when. Just finding time has been hard, though.
Zakoga.
Remaining.
Oh, man. Oh man, this breach, dude. Random, but if my friends are trying to get me out of Sentinel /flank mindset, which angle do you think, Asian, do you think I should be playing? Depends on what you're generally doing. Like, if you're playing too much flank, I mean, granted, the problem is like, are you playing flank on a Sentinel or duelist, or like Sentinel or Initiator? Like, it really does depend on like what your agent is to begin with. Like, if you're playing flank on Sentinel, then that's good. You should be doing
5
that.
kills remaining.
But if you're trying to like, if you're doing that on people who shouldn't be doing that, then you should probably be playing like a duelist or something. Like, just try playing like Reyna, basically, because it forces you to focus in on mechanics or like gunfights in general.
Dominating.
So I shouldn't be pushing with Team of Cypher. Context dependent. Cypher's in a unique position where you can be second in line, you can be third in line, or you can be lurk in general. It really depends on what you're going to be doing. What is it? You're going to be... It is too scenario dependent, right? For example, like if you know your team can take heavy pushes on their own with like only 4 of them, then you should probably be flanking. If you're on a map that is much larger, for example, like Lotus is a very good example where you're probably on C or you need to fast rotate, or you need your team, like you need to basically open up space for your team to be rotate from like A to B or something like that. It really changes depending on the situation. But ultimately you can play with a team, you can play with others, or you play like lurk. But as for the question earlier, like how do I get out of the Sentinel / flank mindset? You just need to play like Reyna or something, and it forces you to be in positions or gunfights in general to lock in, right? You need to be first in line. You need to be the one throwing blinds. You need to be the one swinging first. So that's what you. I'm not gonna say that's like the end all be all, but granted, like I'm not good enough to really tell you otherwise, right? Claude's a responsible bestie that yells you to lock the fuck in and would tell you to ditch your red flag BF. Dude, I would tell, I mean, granted, like I also tell a lot of people just, hey, red flag, get the fuck out of there. Yeah. Lurks are good, but sometimes it's a gamble because you have to be careful not to give your enemy team an easy pick. Yeah, pretty much. Like it's a risky gamble, but I mean, ultimately, depending on like how you position and how you take your lurk in general, like it is very situational. For example, like you can play like a very passive lurk, but look for and basically get a pick off of a rotate. For example, like on Icebox, you can be playing Cypher up mid. You don't have to go necessarily all the way up kitchen, but some people will do this thing where they will rotate from under tube through mid instead, and you can probably get a pick there. Coincidentally, if you want to play like slightly more aggressive and they don't cover mid, or if they're not sitting boiler and they're stacked on B or they're stacked on A, then you can take up kitchen space too. That's ideal because kitchen opens up a lot of different avenues for you to actually get a flank or a pick on someone. But Icebox is just one example. Did I do my 5 already? What am I at? Is the first one? No. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How to improve game sense in Velo? Play games. Play games, watch VODs. Play games, watch VODs, and study like what am I doing wrong and what are they doing right. You need to be able to compare and contrast and ultimately learn from what you're doing. It's not an easy one though, because ultimately it needs you to remove the idea of, oh, I'm doing everything correct, or like how come this isn't going my way, because ultimately what if you are losing, or if you fuck up, or if you lose a round, or if it's like, oh, how come they did this, how come they did that, then you did something wrong in the situation. You cannot put yourself in this position of I'm doing everything right if you want to improve, because ultimately there is something within that level of play that you did something wrong and that you can take away from. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the way.
Deathmatch.
If you do want to improve like game sense, stuff like that. Dude, what? You didn't think we were gifting 5. Dude, what is wrong?
I'll pick them apart. You can have whatever's left.
Fight.
Try not to die.
Yeah. Take these things with grains of salt. Goddamn. Also, someone who said Vandal or Phantom, situational. I use Phantom a lot more because I'm a Cypher player, but Vandal generally is a better pick. How I didn't hit that was crazy. I tried Cypher after watching it and I'm enjoying it so far, so thank you, sir. That's good. I think it's awesome that I can get people to be playing the character. Even though, like, frankly, I'm not the best Cypher player either by any means. I just think it's fun. Like, I think it's fun to show people, like, you can have fun playing these unique characters or, like, specific characters in a fun way. You know? I think that's just the way that I've always viewed it. Even if I started playing the character because of a joke. You know what I mean? The idea that characters have like incredible amounts of depth, or like the skill ceiling in general can be really high or low, you know, like there's a uniqueness to it. I think it's fun.
Idiots. Three. 4.
Oh man, I too tried Cypher because of you now. Now I main Cypher that my friends make fun of me for it. Hey, I mean, have fun playing what you want to play. Do I buy Sakura from Windbreaker Lookup? Yes. just not my DM right now. Dude, what? I shall sacrifice Wingstop for Sakura then. Oh, low key, I'm kind of feeling Wingstop, but I know I can't. I've been wanting wings for a little bit. I think after I had those Jack in the Box wings, I've just been feeling it.
Killed them.
What? You also do a good duelist, not gonna lie. And I'm not great at duelists, is the problem. Like, I'm pretty mediocre at best.
Die.
Like, I think I played duelist like a gold level, to be honest. Like, I don't know.
10 kills
I think that's been
remaining.
my issue for a long time. Unfortunately, duelist is too mechanic heavy, and I'm just not there for it.
Dominating.
The small rubber bands here and there kind
kills
of
remaining.
bother me, but at least we like kind of fix it for the most part. Like I can still feel the lag around small. Like you can see it's spiking right now. I have my choice, but I think it's been a little more manageable recently, thankfully. This game is not feeling good though.
1 kill remaining.
It's a lot better than the other times. Yeah, I think recently it's been pretty bad. So at least I can move. Have the new parts been allowing you to manage the spikes, or is it still about the same? I changed a lot of my OBS stuff, unfortunately, so it kind of sucks, but you know, it's fine. I mean, it's more of an internet thing, like a network thing, as opposed to like my actual PC. Before, like way back when, was my CPU holding me back, and then I changed that, and it was fine, and I was ranking up just fine. But now it's literally just my internet, and like streaming at the same time has been tough. How do I find people to play with? Talk to people in person, like your IRL friends, or I wouldn't really suggest like Discord stuff, but like I mean, if you know people, just go for it. Network is your biggest debuff, but someday it'll be fixed. I trust. I mean, I'm probably gonna. I don't know when I move, maybe. Hopefully, when I move, I'm gonna get like a better internet, or like talk to it at my ISP. But I think for now, it's whatever. I try not to let it get me down. Cypher's really fun to play if you know knowing how to utilize his kit, and saved me a few times free runs before. It's always nice going up with other Cypher players because you have an idea what their setup could be. I mean, you're playing a game of chess pretty much.
Match found.
Have you been watching VCT recently? Dude, I'm so sad that PRX got knocked. Low key, pretty sad about that.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Are you good at chess? I used to be. I'm not great though. One of my other friends is like a fucking chess goat, but like I'm pretty okay, I think. But I don't know. I'm not. I'm like okay if we're talking like regular ass chess. I'm not great at rapid though. Rapid's hard. Used to be, yeah. I mean, I don't play anymore. I played for like a little bit, but not a lot.
Die.
Fight.
Okay.
Can you one day teach Valo basics? I mean, I could, but I'm not good. Again, I'm not like good enough to be able to do that to a level where I think it would be super valuable. Like again, I don't have the credentials to coach necessarily. Like I'm not Immortal, I'm not Radiant, I'm not like I'm barely like Ascendant 1. Chess fits you, TBH? I don't know. I don't think so. Chess club president? No. Put him in chess boxing coach. Low key, I would love to do chess boxing, but obviously it's kind of difficult to do so. But I would kind of fuck with the idea of chess boxing actually.
Slammer. Ouch.
Ooh, that would have been fucking sick. What the fuck is chess boxing? You play chess for a little bit and then you start boxing again.
Buried.
Then you go back to chess and then you box again. Oh my god. You like literally throw hands, yeah.
Fires out. Three out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Dominating.
Ooh. Tough. What am I shooting at, man?
No hard feelings. Three out of 5.
How do you predict where they're coming from? Since I can't tell from audio alone, is there like a difference of sounds of their footsteps? Not really. It's literally anytime I check an angle, right? For example, I just expect them to be there. Like if I'm gonna turn this corner, like probably gonna expect them to be here, or if like they're here, then I have an idea.
10 kills remaining.
It's mostly like you have an idea of where your crosshair is gonna be because of where people typically are playing in general, right? Like this is where usually someone would swing. This is where usually someone would hold, right? That is just the general way to be placing where your crosshair is. Also, I'm lagging again. Holy fuck. Right. So, for example, like I have an idea that someone's gonna be there. I just hold my crosshair there. Here, I can check this left side. If they're gonna swing me here, then I'm ready for it. If they're gonna come this right side, then I gotta swing crosshair ready for that. See? So someone's always gonna be there. And in deathmatch, like you just need to have an idea of like, oh, everyone's gonna come like this angle or like this angle. So you need to be careful about like literally everywhere you're gonna peek or swing. Like be cognizant
5
of the
kills
angles that
remaining.
people can see you from. So for example, like someone can only see me here, but someone in heaven won't be able to see me until like I swing out like this wide. Like, I'm sorry for talking fast, but that's just the best way I can explain it, or at least how fast my brain is like having to like process the words that come out of my mouth sometimes. Also, I'm lagging a little bit right now, so I literally can't do anything.
Put down.
Oh man. Right. So if I know he'd have to swing here, watch shower, check, shower. See? It's just the small things like that, and that is like the general gist of like tac shooters in general, like tactical FPS. It's less about
Breached.
aiming better or aiming faster, like tracking a target like super fast, right? It's just knowing, being able to adjust the small things. For example, like if I need to, like say for example, like they're moving like just like that, I need to be able to make that small adjustment from like here to here, or be able to do that. But I'm not going to be making like a super like wide flick from like here to here, right? It's infinitely harder for me to kill someone who's gonna like say for example, they're gonna swing this right side. For me to kill them if they're gonna swing to this right side, if my crosshair's like right here, right? Like I would need to do like shit like that. And obviously that is like super inefficient. That's way more movement than it needs to be.
That was good. Next time.
So I need to be able to always have that ready. Or if I know that they're coming from the right side, then I'll have it on the right side. I think it's just a matter of playing a lot and knowing a lot. Not really. Well, I mean, this is like applied like knowledge essentially. Like I know conceptually to do this. And it's to a point where this is second nature. You know what I mean? But obviously, when it comes down to it, there are people who are clearly much, much better at doing this than I am. And that's why people are better than me. And at some point in time, I need to reach the point where I can emulate that same performance or react faster or take that angle better or do it earlier than someone else, because ultimately, you know, they already processed that information. They already know, hey, someone might be here. I'm going to swing it like this. And then and then ultimately comes down to like a very big skill thing, a very like micro game, or like, because there's micro versus macro, being able on like a mechanics level, essentially. So that's the difference. Yeah, like I'm only plat 3 on this account, so I've not been grinding. Like I can't, when the last time I played comp was like last month, May. So I've not been grinding like at all. I only use this account to play DMs. That's my 5 for the day. Pretty comprehensive. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've just not been grinding though. Or like I don't play on this account. Alligator, I think I'm gifting 5. What the hell? Up to diamond today, no balls? Probably not. I'm kind of lazy. I just don't want to play comp. Like, I kind of like just want to chill out and play the game for fun. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the crosshair thing? I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll see. Comp is too much of a commitment, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should, but I mean, granted, like with how my ping is acting up right now, it's just never a good idea to play comp, in my opinion. I think in the meantime, I'm gonna let's hopefully get a game, and then I'm gonna lock in. I'll go grab a drink in a bit. How do you choose a good crosshair? Preference. For me, I like dot crosshairs. Some people like regular crosshairs. It's preference through and through. Also, chat, not gonna lie, I've been contemplating, you know, just fucking caving in and just buying the bundle and then buying this one. Cause like low key, as much as I do like the no skin type beat, I want to spice it up a little bit, but I also know I'm like, fuck, man. I'm feeling the FOMO just a little bit, but I know I shouldn't. I'm probably not, but No. How do you know it's on head level? Is there something that helps you identify? Here, let's yeah, let's go ascent real quick. Yeah, we'll do that. What up, VCT skins? I do it for VCT skins. I only pick up for people who win events, basically.
Nothing stays hidden.
Buy the virtual weapons or you're a worse person. You're fucked up for that. Let me mod you real quick. I can't be swiping, dog. I cannot be swiping. Okay, hold up. Let's explain holding at head height because this can be tricky for some people. Also, holy fuck, my ping. Okay.
My ultimate is ready.
Okay. All right. So let's say, for example, what's a good check for this? Okay, a good amount of time, you're gonna see people who treat it like this. Each character is like box height, right? My head is right here, like this corner. Think about it like this. Think of like there is a box right here too, right? This box right here. That is like head height. This is the box. So most cases when you're going to be clearing this angle, for example, people are like typically like right here, this line. So you have an idea of how high people are going to be at like this elevation, for example. Sometimes obviously this is a little different where people are like right here, right? But you need to be able to like check this. Also, there are like lines right here, for example, right here, or even like if you see this corner, head height. So you have like a general idea of like where people are going to be playing or like where heads are, right? People are here probably, people are here, or people like holding right like behind this box, for example. Check this. Someone's going to be holding like dice or even heaven. It is 2 angles, unfortunately, so you need to be ready for this. So you can jiggle this one, for example. Someone's right side dice, ready for that. Heaven, just about there. Left side dice or hell. Gen. Clear that, clear that, clear that. Right? So general idea of where head height is like right about here. So there you go. Yes, but people on bronze, silver love to crouch, but it's so annoying. The real counter to crouching is because you can just like hold strafe. You can just go further than what they expect you to do because they're not ready to do that. That's why whenever I do like the ISO 1v1s, you'll see me against someone who like doesn't know or like is like bronze silver, for example. They're never gonna win that ISO 1v1 because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because they'll instantly crouch and then I can just move left to right and just. There we go. Okay. All right. Good. Explaining jump peaks. Okay. Basically, when you jump peek, you're going to be doing it to check the corner. So, for example, like this. I don't have my keyboard overlay, unfortunately, so you can't really tell exactly how this goes. But effectively, the way that you're going to be doing this is you either have your gun out, either or. But you do this in a way that you can basically peek around the corner real quick, and you can see if there are people there. So usually in this case, like if I'm gonna check this one, right? I'm just gonna jiggle peek this one, no problem. A little further from the angle, obviously, but yeah, I'm gonna see this real quick. Boom, boom.
30
boom.
seconds left.
Oh fuck, I didn't pause the timer. Unfortunately here, right? I don't know if someone's gonna be up in heaven, and I don't know if someone's gonna be right side dice, right? Also, holy fuck, my internet is doing the thing again. Man, it doesn't even matter if like I fucking change my. Okay. So, I don't know if someone is heaven or right side dice at the same time, unfortunately. So I need to jump peek this. But you do it in a way that's like much faster. Right? Maybe not this wide, only because like if someone is like holding here, for example, or if someone's holding here, they can also just peek you and instantly you're dead. But you get the point. You're only really doing this to just check an angle. And usually if you get like a clear sightline of it, of this person or this person, for example, you'll be able to see them on a mini map, and you're going to be using your mini map to basically aim. That's the way that I've always done it. My mini map, the way my settings have changed over the years, it's a little different. Some people like to play with what is it? Some people like to play rotate. Some people like centered, for example. Like some people like playing with this. Some people like fixed, where a map doesn't move. Some people like to play with just general map. This is just how I like to do it. Because for me, like I need a very big idea of like where everyone is on the map, essentially. So that's how I do it, at least. Also be aware if there's an opper. Yeah, that's another thing, right? So for example, if someone's going to jump peek this angle and I'm holding here, it is infinitely easier for an opper who's holding an angle to just instantly take that shot. Especially if they're pretty decent. Like if they're decent and like you get that 1 pixel out, some people can take that shot like instantly. Jump peek makes sound, does it not matter? You're only doing it to check an angle. You're usually not jump peeking on like a lurk though. Like noise is a very different situation entirely, because that's a piece of info. For example, like if you're only one person who needs to check this angle and you're gonna swing out, then you only use it to info gather for like the 1 moment. Sound doesn't matter. Sound doesn't matter. Sound matters is if you're lurking or you need to make a rotate. Yeah. Usually a lot of oppers, for example, do this thing where they'll hold like pretty wide out. If you expect someone to be swinging out like this, for example. So the way a lot of oppers counter jump peeks, for example, is like this. So you see someone jump peek, you know that they're either gonna try to swing wide or they're gonna swing you in general. So you hold a little wider out. Like I can probably do this, right? But I need to be able to catch this if they swing wide. And you'll be ready for it. You'll be ready for it. It's infinitely easier to hold with an op than it is to swing with an op. For example, like it's infinitely easier for someone to take this shot against me if I'm just gonna do this and then try to wide peek this, because I don't have enough time to scope in, do that instantly. Whereas someone who's holding here, for example, just needs to be ready. They don't need to do anything. Right? So there you go. Wide swinging the op is it's a big gamble, because you basically have to ensure that your vandal shot better hit. You know what I mean? It's never a good idea though. Yeah. Say for example, if I was playing Jet, let's switch to Jet real quick actually.
Ten seconds left.
Nice.
Let's do that real quick.
Killed it. And them.
30 seconds left.
Oh fuck.
I hate to say it, but
'Kay.
probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
Just how whether or not an opper gonna hit like 2. So another example, for example, it's like if you're gonna get one there. A lot of Jet players will just do this angle, for example. Yeah. You just have to pray the opper can't flick. It's a gamble. Bit of a gamble. I don't know. Do you stick with one map that you're comfy with, or I mean, you just have to play all the maps. You don't really have a choice in that matter. You know what I mean? Can't find the right time to buy Marshall over just pure saving. Depends. Outlaw has fundamentally changed the way that half armor buys are in play now, so it's kind of funky. But I mean, if you can hit a Marshall shot, then go for it. Like if you're confident in hitting this shot, then go for it. But if you're not, then don't. Yeah, it's a bit of a hit or miss on this one. If you know there's a good opper, just swing wide or flash at that point. Yeah, you have to use util in a way that like enables you to do the things that you need to do. You know what I mean?
What's this?
Yeah. All right. I don't know if there's anything else. I hope that was enough to talk about jump peaks. Fuck out. There you go. I teach the best that I can. I honestly find opping hard. I think opping is probably the easiest fucking thing you can do. Like opping in and of itself is probably the easiest thing, because you just need to click once on their body, easy peasy. You know what I mean? You just have to be prepared. Like, expect. You need to basically envision that this is what's going to happen before it happens. And then once that is in your fucking mind, you can probably hit that shot. Like, I expect this person to swing wide. How would I shoot someone who's going to swing wide? You move it a little bit further from the wall. How do I know if someone's going to jump peek? Hey, move it a little closer to the wall. Be ready. Do I expect them to be pushing out this far? Okay, if I'm playing Jet, then I need to have my dash ready. There's a lot that goes into the thought process behind the game itself, but I mean, you know, now ultimately, again, you can know all these things conceptually, but you need to be ready to apply a lot of this knowledge in the moment too. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of practice, and it takes you need to be willing to put in the time and effort to practice these things. So yeah. One-shot guns are hard for me to use because I have bad reflex. If you have bad reflex, then that's more of a, you need to adjust the way that you play if you have bad reflexes. Ultimately, if your response time is what, like above like 200 ms, right? Which is like the average. It's average to have around like 200 like ms reaction speed. Then you just need to be like, have your crosshair be in a way that it's further enough to where you can react to that fast enough. You know what I mean? There are some people who can fucking be like, ooh, instant like 140 ms, like, ooh, peek once, shoot, done. And that shit's crazy, but you know, there is a way to play around it. Again, there's strategies and methods in order to play effectively for your unique skill set. So that's just the way that I view it, at least. But there you go. That's as educational as I can make Valorant for the most part. Mm-mm. You explain really well. I mean, I want to get better as a teacher. I think that's one of the few things where I'm like, I hope one day I can be like a decent coach or try to get better at using this knowledge to a certain degree. Because I feel like I want to be able to teach, but I want to have the credential to be able to use this knowledge in like an immortal level. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people who just happen to do this like very naturally. And I think that's where like I wish I was able to do. But ultimately, having the knowledge and not being able to apply it is two very different things. So I think that's been one thing that's been mildly frustrating for me, because obviously like I can know all these things, but I'm not at the immortal level yet. So yeah, I don't know. He's gonna be a coach so he can add more people to the stack in Niji. I think the problem is like ultimately I cannot force people to learn if they don't want to play the game. You know, if someone wants to get better, then you know, I can help them, but they have to want to get better. You know, I can explain these things and I can give them the methodologies to practice it, but obviously it's on them ultimately to decide if they want to put in the time and effort to do so. So, but I'm never going to force anyone to do so, right? Like, I think ultimately at the end of the day, video games should be fun, and there's no reason for you to have to force yourself to make something not fun anymore because it feels stressful just because. You know what I mean? It's almost 2 a.m. in Japan. I have to work in the morning. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Oyasumi. Oyasumi nasai. What characters do you recommend for people who have a good game sense but lacking in aim? Well, what do you mean though necessarily? Like, you can have, well, don't overestimate your game sense, because ultimately I think there are moments in time where people like to conflate the idea as like, oh my god, my aim is bad, but my game sense is great, right? Your mechanics can hold you back, but ultimately at the end of the day, if you're not at the level at which that you should be at, because for example, like there can be people who are like diamond ascendant with like pretty shit aim but good game sense that are there already, right? But if you're silver and you're saying, oh my god, Mike, I have diamond game sense, or I have a mortal game sense, but you're still silver, your game sense would probably still get you there regardless, to at least like a higher level, and then your mechanics would hold you back. But I don't know. That's one of the few things that I think people should be a little careful of, in the sense of don't overestimate what you can do and recognize like, okay, right now I acknowledge that I have like okay game sense, but like my aim is not great. So I need to do something in order to either one, improve my chances at winning a game because I'm playing something that requires less aim, quote unquote, or I'm going to play a character that actively utilizes aim in order to improve my aim. The one thing I will say, for example, like if you are very strong I guess in context, right? For this, I'll say if your game sense is much stronger comparatively, then you can probably be on like a sentinel role. If your game sense or, you know, the way that you position is much stronger, then you can probably play a lurk character. You can probably play a sentinel. You can maybe play initiator, or you can maybe play controller. Duelist, I think, on the other hand, is very mechanic heavy, and it won't complement you having poor aim. For example, if you're playing in smoke or controller in general, then you can basically dictate the flow of a certain push. You can stop people from pushing a certain site. You can delay a push. You can set your duelist up to make that push. Right? So that should give you an idea of how you can go about this. I think initiators are similarly very mechanic heavy to a certain degree, because obviously you need to know a lot of lineups. You need a lot to know how to pop flash. You should know how to utilize your utility. You should be able to follow up on whatever utility that you're using, for example. And on top of that, being able to enable your duelists to do the things that they do. So I would honestly recommend like a controller or a sentinel if you're going to be saying that you have a much stronger game sense. But, you know, to each their own. To each their own. I need to grab a drink. Okay, there we go. What was I gonna say? Where was I again? Where was I again? There was a I don't remember like the last sentence I said. YouTube didn't oopsie. No, it's just my fucking OBS. Like my ISP literally just drops and it goes down to like 256 and it locks itself there for a little bit. And I don't know what to do. All right, what was I gonna say? Was I talking about initiator controller stuff? Was I still on that, or was I don't know. All I'm saying is, if your aim's not great, play controller, play sentinel. If your game sense is quote unquote better, because ultimately then you have a better way to position. I was master rank in Overwatch, but never got to play into playing any characters that required super precise aiming. But yeah, super different game. Tough. You just finished? Okay. There was something. It was something about rank. If you do good in unrated but bad in comp, you just need to get comfortable playing comp. Like that is literally just performance anxiety kicking in very passively. And you need to be more comfortable playing in a much more serious circumstance. Because in the back of your mind, the pressure of, oh, if I lose this game, I'm going to lose points, can really hinder your performance. And it's noticeable. You know what I mean? Like you can tell. You can feel the pressure even if you don't acknowledge it. On top of that, I don't know. Don't give too much mind to how you or others are playing. Or rather, no, you should mostly focus in on how you playing individually. You know? Because at the end of the day, everyone in the game is relatively equally matched. You are going to have to deal with the fact that if Okay. You are basically playing, if you were silver, you're playing against 10, or like there's 10 silvers in the game. The goal at the end of the day is to play better than you usually would against another silver player. You need to, if everyone in that lobby is a silver player, you need to be playing at a gold level. So you as an individual need to play better. Not to say that your teammates can't also hold you back in this case, but you should always be looking to do things that a gold player would do if you're in a silver lobby. If you're in a plat lobby, you want to be doing what a diamond player would be doing in that circumstance. You want to be playing the way an immortal player would be playing. You want to be playing how a radiant player would be playing. It's just the mindset of ultimately you need to be doing things better than the other person would. If you yourself want to improve, you need to envision yourself as that type of player. And at the end of the day, the team who plays better than their average is the one that usually comes out on top. It's kind of hard when you're solo queuing and the team isn't teaming. I mean, again, like if you, no, you can't, I'm not going to, don't go into this whole thing of like, oh, but my team, the problem is like, it is going to be a gamble at the end of the day. Sometimes people aren't going to communicate. Some people aren't going to play like the same. Some people are having a bad day. You can't control those things. And that's not going to be an excuse for you to play poorly either, though. You know what I mean? I think that is one of the few things that ultimately, and I hate to say it, it's kind of cope sometimes. If that's the case, you lose the game, you go next. You lose the game, go next. And you try to play your best in every game that you do. Because it'd be a waste of time for you to bash your head into a wall into something that realistically sometimes isn't winnable. But most cases, it's probably winnable. I should probably, I might sit down and look at my, what is it? I might have to look at like my OBS logs and get an idea of what the fuck is going on and why my frames drop so often. We'll see. We'll see. Hold on, let me hope. I don't know crash reports though. It's 2 a.m. here. I gotta go. Gotta rest up. So good night, dog. Good night. Have you played 6 Siege? I played like a little bit of Siege, not a lot though. I'm not great at Siege though. Okay, let me check something. Because I do have the logs, but I need to check exactly what causes the stream to die is the issue, which I'm very curious about. Well, total drawn frames, total outputs. Insufficient bandwidth connections stalls. Okay. Yeah. Being able to check out Sandal and Relink. I haven't played yet, actually. I've been holding off for a little bit. Right now I'm looking. I need to rebuy the game on my other account, in order to play it. So, and also have the DLC. So I don't know. I just don't want to have to buy it on 2 accounts is the issue. So that's why I've been like debating if I just make a new save on like my personal account and stuff like that. It's annoying, but you know, I've been thinking about it. Do you want to play CS on stream one day? If the game is good again, I don't know. Like, honestly, I won't want to say the game is like inherently bad, but I don't think it's in a state where I'm definitely like, okay, I really want to play. What is it? It's just because I don't know. I just don't like the state of the game, and honestly, like, I'm not too interested in playing CS again. I think I've already done my time, so to speak. So I just don't feel inclined to do so. I guess that's kind of just the state of how I've been feeling. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna go grab a drink. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. What are you drinking? Cherry Coke Zero, because I didn't have Diet Coke. So I was kind of like, well, I just want something. How many cans of Coke do you drink a day? Like 1 or 2, maybe. But not even like that often. I don't know. I try not to go too crazy with it though. Sending to stream audio bitrate 2 channel stereo sibling network not compatible with RN2 PS. Interesting. Wow, so many? Not really. I mean, it takes me a while to get through like a 12 pack. I basically try to wean off of drinking too much soda after a while because it obviously is not great for me if I do, you know? So I try not to. Is it good? I never had cherry Coke. Vanilla Coke is weird for me. I actually really like the vanilla Coke though. Vanilla Coke's not bad. I kind of fuck with vanilla Coke. It's kind of like cream soda-esque sometimes, but I'm like, Turn my shit up. Luna, thank you for the 3 months. I mean, you drink a lot of water. Yeah, I mean, that's why. Like, I think, again, obviously, I drink a lot of other things in order to make sure that I'm not, like, going to have, like, a kidney stone. You know what I mean? Have you tried Pilk? Like, once. I think it's alright. I don't really care for it, though, because I just don't like milk, but... チェリー味のコーラとかあるんや。美味しそう。おい、めっちゃ美味しい。コーラ大好き。I love cola in general. Japan doesn't have Jerry Coke. I mean, there's a lot of like. I think Japan has just like a lot of like regular colas actually, which I also really liked. I don't know. I'd love to try more sodas in like different places. That's for sure. I had a very nice like they're like the places that we went to. They had like really nice like craft colas actually, and I really like those. Japan has weird flavors like sakura and kinako. I actually okay. I also kind of like the kinako though. Crispy 3 months. Thank you. I don't know. For me though, like I like this the spice to it, or like the sugary taste to it, or like the sweet taste. But like I don't care enough for some things, I guess. Japan has a lot of energy drinks. I don't drink energy drinks like at all. Preference though, very preference heavy. I don't know. I still want to go back to Japan at some point. We've been talking about it a little bit, but you know it's hard. Used to love cherry Coke, but I cut off caffeine a while ago because it gave me tummy issues. Ooh, tough. Did you try the traditional cola? I've tried like traditional quote unquote craft colas, which I think are good. I like it, but to each their own. Yeah, I honestly just like, I think the other weekend, like I just could not drink like Red Bulls by any means. Like it's a little too heavy for me. But I will drink like the watermelon Red Bull. That one's okay. By the way, maybe you can pay more attention to your teeth health. I don't know. I just think with that too much Coke can maybe be bad for your teeth. I brush my teeth like pretty often. Like if I have to, then I'll also do it like midday. You know what I mean? Can I drink soda anymore? Just too much sugar? Depends. What the fuck is watermelon Red Bull? It's exactly what it sounds like. Watermelon Red Bull. Dude, come on. Don't lag on me. Don't lag on me. Soft drinks tier list? It's just gonna be soda on top though. I don't really know what to tell you. How's Coke Zero versus Diet Coke? Either or. Both are fine, in my opinion. Dude, it should not be this hard to find an unrated at this time of day. Well, actually, it's like 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. I don't know. For a second, oh, that scared the fucking me. One of my my Discord just updated on accident, and like I heard the fucking like the launch sound that scared the shit out of me. Have you tried cotton candy soda? I don't like the super sweet stuff though. I don't know.
Match found.
Super sweet stuff does not jive well with me. Breeze I can work with.
Nothing stays hidden from me.
Super sweet stuff, not my vibe. Not a soda guy. I'm an Arizona green tea type of guy. Ever had ginger beer? I have had ginger beer. Not the biggest fan though. Sour or sweet? Not my thing. Not my thing. Okay. Use your socket sun buffer. Oh, is it because... Wait a second. Actually, this might be it. Hold up. I'm like looking through my log file to see what the fuck is going on. I feel like my basically the buffer that is used to send like a certain amount of bytes to the YouTube server, I think it might just be too small. So I think once I hit a certain threshold, or like if I'm streaming for like X amount of time, it essentially just dies and is like, okay, we can't send anymore. Oop, and then it just stops. So I think I might need to switch something in a sec, but I'd have to see if that is like the issue. Good evening, sir. Hope you have fun in Valorant. Thank you. I don't know. I think sometimes, you know, I am simply just a guy who happens to know computer stuff, and I like diagnosing stuff on my free time. Connection RMCPS. Okay. Interesting. If you try a hot soda, you realize how sweet and sugary it is. I don't like hot, well, but why would I want hot sodas though? Why would I want a hot? I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? That's like, That's like, If I want a drink, I want a cold drink. You know what I mean? My diet Dr. Kelp. How am I supposed to eat this without my diet Dr. Kelp? Hot and carbonated sounds weird. Yeah, I don't know. Extra spicy soda. Like if we're talking like hot in terms of temperature, yeah. If we're talking about like spiced though, that's different. Does anyone remember that flamin' hot, like the flamin' hot Mountain Dew that got released a while back?
Dad, my sister from another mister. Let's have some fun, yeah?
Wow, this is a nice spot.
Hot Dr. Pepper was a thing? I don't know. I'd have to try it. I've never really like given myself the chance to do so, but I'd try it. It was something, yeah. This was a thing a while back.
This goes here.
Okay. All right. Let's chill out.
Enemy spotted A. Grounded.
Going mid doors. One coming doors right now.
Here. Our spy carrier is killed.
Spike down A.
Cage triggered.
I'm mega lagging, dude. You can see this shit.
Last player standing.
Man. And they come back last second. This is it always bothers me when they do this shit.
No peeking.
Hot soda is apple fritters with Sprite? What? Dude, I just don't know what to do. Like, this only happens when I stream.
Remaining.
That's tough. Like, obviously, like when I'm not streaming, it plays fine. When I do stream, it acts up no matter what my bitrate is.
I don't get back up. Just give me a nudge. I might not be dead.
I just can't tell what it is.
That goes there.
V8 already exists? What the fuck?
Yes, this should do.
Oh, dude. The timing. If I like just waited like a second later, he probably wouldn't have seen me.
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
The timing diff. Yeah, hold up. Let me test something. I'm gonna try this real quick.